Hello and welcome everybody to another Avatar The Last Airbender draft video. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sitting in a Platinum Division. Now this is my first draft video that I'm making since the return of the World Championship. I hope some of you got to catch some of the footage. It was a whole lot of fun. Team TCGplayer did break the format in Is It Lessons. That deck looks quite strong. And congratulations to Seth Manfield for being a two-time World Champion and absolutely destroying the top 8, winning 9 games and 0 losses. So I'm excited to get back into the swing of things here with some more draft, and hopefully we can do something spicy in this video. Now, before we hop into a draft, I did want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Head on over to TCGplayer.com for all your Match the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Whether you want to buy some booster boxes of Avatar The Last Airbender or you wanted some singles for your standard, modern, Pioneer, or Commander decks, go to TCGplayer.com. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, go to heavyplay.com for all your Match the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. If you need top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, live pads, and much, much more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They're basically also at every Match the Gathering convention. Swing by their booth. Tell them Paul sent you for 10% off in person as well. All right. What do I want to do? I'm not entirely sure. Look, I just want to draft a good deck and climb, okay? But, you know, I did find out a few things. There are some members on the Team Heavy Play deck that likes to draft soupy 4 or 5 color decks. So if that's available, that might be something I'm interested in. But you know what? They didn't really go into details of what to prioritize, so it would just be me trying to do it on the fly. But here, pretty straightforward. Aang the Last Airbender, one of the best uncommons in the set, so happy about that. Zuko Conflicted is just not a card you should take highly. If it wasn't for the Aang, I would consider Dragonfly Swarm. The Is It Lessons deck is certainly fun to draft. And then Avatar Enthusiast is fine, and Yuyan Archers is good in any red shell. And then if you want to draft like the soupy decks, certainly Shared Roots can be fine. And by soup, I mean you just draft like all the colors and just take all the good cards. But let's start things off with Aang the Last Airbender and see where this goes. Now, remember, this doesn't lock us into a wide aggressive strategy, right? Like we can just play this and even splash it in any configuration. So we'll see where this goes. All right, here we have, I think, a pick between two options. There's Forecasting Fortune Teller and Boomerang Basics. Both are pretty good. I actually think Forecasting Fortune Teller is better. This has a higher ceiling, but especially when you pair it with white, having a body that makes 2 things is huge, and then this also lets you do some bending. Alternatively, you can also consider Realm of Ko, which is just a fine land here as well. But I think I'm going to take the Forecasting Fortune Teller. I think the card's just excellent, and you know, it's one of my favorite commons to play in the format. All right, pack 1, pick 3. There's Invasion Reinforcements and Lightning Strike that stand out to me. Hermetic Herbalist is also pretty strong here, especially if I want to be more of a blue-green base. Water Tribe Captain's also fine, but I think probably I want to look at Invasion Reinforcements versus Lightning Strike. I do think the pick is probably close between the two when you look at cards, the 2 cards in a vacuum. But I think that given the fact that I have an Aang already, I'm going to take the Invasion Reinforcement. I think power level-wise, they're super close. You can even make an argument that Lightning Strike is better. But let's take the Reinforcements here because we are set up pretty nicely here for some kind of proactive strategy, which seems to be one of the better things to be doing in this format. All right, well, black is certainly very open. Pack 1, pick 4, we see Deadly Precision and Epic Downfall. Perhaps we can move into a black-white color combination, but this is definitely the best card here. Aang's Journey, if I want to draft a bunch of colors, is fine. Earth Kingdom Soldier is replacement level, but I will be taking the Epic Downfall here and kind of see what is available from the packs that we have. Oh, both shrines are open. Huh? Should we do the thing? Well, let's see. No blue card in the pack. No black card in the pack. So, I mean, should I? Look, it would be a pretty big departure from what I'm trying to do so far. Certainly, we're seeing some green cards here in Earth Rumble and Rocky Rebuke and what have you. But I don't think the shrines are good if you only have like one of the shrines, although this one is a decent one. But you know what? Let's try to have some fun with this draft, okay? You know, we're still in Platinum. Let's take the Southern Air Temple here, and if we keep getting shrines, I think that can put us in a pretty good spot, and I don't think we lost too much in that pack. Here, there's a sold out, so yeah, it does look like black and white are the available colors. Quencha is fine, but this is not an indication that blue is super open, but I think a sold out is. So let's take it here and see where this goes. Pack 1, pick 7. There's Tundra Tank and Watery Grasp as options here. Treetop Freedom Fighters is also okay. And I heard that the Tundra Tank is actually okay if you are drafting kind of a more aggressive black-white strategy. So I don't know. This is kind of tricky. Like, I do like Watery Grasp more as a card. You know, I can't get behind a tank. Let's take the Watery Grasp. I like the Watery Grasp a lot. And honestly, we could be blue-black still. Oh, wait, hold on. That is another shrine. Shrines are open. Look, there is a Deadly Precision, which would be fine, but I think the red and white shrines are the most important ones. All right. You know what? I'm going to try for it, okay? I am here to entertain in today's video. That is my plan here. Let's see what we can pull off here. This is a fairly weak pack overall. I guess I'll take a Canyon Crawler for some mana fixing maybe. I don't know what my core colors are supposed to be in decks like this. So this should be very, very interesting. Gosh. Fire Nation Cadets or Sabertooth Moose Lion. I'll take Fire Nation Cadets. I could see myself being like some kind of red-white aggro deck. Was there another shrine? I feel like there was. Maybe we can pick one up. We'll see. It's a Leaves from the Vine. That does not let you get a shrine, but whatever, I'll take it. Noting that the Rampant Growth effect didn't table, but the Bender's Waterskin did. I feel like you kind of want to be like a green-based deck here if you're trying to do the shrine thing. Now, noting the pack that had the white shrine also had the black shrine, and the black shrine did not table. But look, if we get like 6 or 7 shrines total, we can still make something happen here. But the important thing is also trying to pick up some good mana fixing because, you know, we're going to be taking a lot of really powerful cards here, of course. All right, pack 2, pick 1. What do we have? Wartime Protesters is certainly powerful. Does this make allies? It does not. Okay. So perhaps that's not something that we want. We have a few allies here, but this doesn't make allies. And if I'm all the colors, maybe it's not as good. Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper is obviously a very good card. But so is the Mechanist, Aerial Artisan. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a clue token. So that's also really interesting here. I think I might take it over the Wartime Protesters. The question is, do I want it over Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper? What's our spell? Well, the shrines are spells. You know what? I'm going to take the cool rare. All right? We're kind of throwing caution to the wind here and trying to put together the sweetest deck possible. Okay? So that is my plan here. Let's figure out our mana curve. We're like blue-white splashing red, and we'll see what other shrines are available. No flyers here for Air Nomad Legacy. We have Aang, I suppose. That's it. We have some black removal that we could splash. What else do we have here? Pack 2, pick 2. We might need to just focus on mana fixing here. There is an Aang's Journey, which I really like. And I bet you probably have to take these cards very, very highly when you're drafting decks like this. There's also a Rumble Arena, which can be fine. But I think Aang's Journey, from my experience, has been the harder card to pick up from decks like this. So, you know what? I'm going to do the responsible thing here and take Aang's Journey just to make sure that my mana fixing here is rock solid. So we're on 1 lesson so far. What do you do? At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an extra card. Okay, that's not an effect that I want. There is Toph the Blind Bandit. There's Dragonfly Swarm, which can be interesting in the right, like, lesson shell. Razor Rings is also honestly totally fine, especially if I'm going to be like a blue-white base. It's just a good, cheap, interactive removal spell. And I think I probably want that more than the Swarm necessarily. Although, this looks like it's going to be pretty good in this deck. I'm going to splash this anyways. All right, you know what? I'm just going to keep taking uncommons. Okay? We're just like Jeskai, Shrines, and we'll see what happens. Okay? Here, given that red is on the splash, I don't really want to take Zhong. There is Quencha, North Pole Patrol, and Messenger Hawk. I'm a pretty big fan of the Messenger Hawk in general. So I think that I'll take that over the Quencha. All right, let's go ahead and take that. Move on. Oh, that's another shrine. I'm taking it. Put a counter on each thing you control. Now, it's a duplicate, I will say. But hopefully we can get some more, you know, creatures going here, which is why I didn't take the Quench, by the way. Pack 2, pick 6. Don't like any of these cards here. I really don't. I guess maybe I'll take a Rabaroo Troop. But certainly not looking to play almost any of these cards. Alright. Pack 2, pick 7. White Lotus Reinforcements, I don't care about. This helps me cash Shrines. But I still don't think this land... Oh, it also filters. Alright. I'll take the White Lotus Hideout. I was going to take the green-white land, but I don't have anything green to splash. This does filter your mana and also make it easier to cash your Shrines and Lessons. So why don't we try the White Lotus Hideout here? Another Aang's Journey, okay. Okay, it's certainly helping us with our mana fixing. And now we have 2 Lessons in our deck, so that the Lessons count going up. Here, I'll take Otter Penguin as a 2-mana play. I don't really think Energy Bending is particularly playable. So I'll take this here just in case. I'll take the Rumble Arena here as well. I need more Shrines. I need more Shrines. I only have 3 right now. What are the other good ones? I actually don't even know. The blue one, I suppose, right? And I guess right now, my mana might not quite be good enough for the Black Splash. No, we're probably playing the Black Splash, to be honest. Alright, Blasting Jelly, also fine. Look, Charles Wong, he's part of Team Handshake. He had 2 of these in his, soup deck. So, this feels like a really, really good base for mana fixing, by the way. Like, we already have 2 Aang's Journeys, a Barrel, and a Bending Water Skin. I feel like we've kind of hit the requirements here, and we have these 2 lands that filter. So I really want to focus on cheap things to play. And then, of course, all the Shrines that we see. All right, Accumulate Wisdom is really interesting here. I don't know if it's the pick, though. We're currently only on 2 lessons, so probably shouldn't take it here, is my guess. I think it has high upside, but Forecasting Fortune Teller is just perfect for this deck. So I think I'll take it here. Look, I need 2 drops. This is a nice defensive one that lets me get to the late game. It does some water bending stuff that I want. There's just honestly no amount of Forecasting Fortune Tellers that's too many for the types of for what this deck is trying to look like. All right, what do we have here? That's another Aang's Journey. If I get to 3 Aang's Journeys, I might be able to cut Bender's Water Skin. There's a Toph here, which I don't know is castable. I mean, it's kind of a stretch. Blue, white, red. It is a powerful rare, though. And there's nothing in blue or white that I love. I don't love Appa in this type of deck. Although Appa-ing a Shrine is kind of cool, actually. You know what? Let's take the Toph, okay? I don't know if I'm going to play this. But if my mana fixing gets me there, sure, why not? We have an Earthen Ally, but that's on the splash. There is a Sold Out, which is okay. And there is an Abandoned Attachments here. Also a Zhang's Deserters, if I want to just have more 2-mana plays. I kind of feel like I just need a 2-mana actual play. Especially with cards like Southern Air Temple, you do need to play some number of creatures. So I think it's between the Kyoshi Battle Fan and the Zhang's Deserters. I'm actually going to take the Battle Fan just because it's easier to cast. I don't actually know if that's correct, but I'm going to do it. It just makes it so that I get less awkward draws. And I found that moving this around also has value. All right, well, I'm going to take and splash the Obsessive Pursuit. There is Watery Grasp here as well, but I am a pretty big fan of the Pursuit. All right, moving on, pack 3, pick 5. That's a green Shrine. Okay, I'm going to take it. Also, I will say there's a real shot that I just forgot. There's a real shot that there was a pack that had a really good Shrine that I just missed. Because, I've mostly been, not recognizing them as actual spells. All right, this is actually interesting. We have Water Bending Lesson versus Fire Bending Lesson. I'm going to take the Fire Bending Lesson here. Just more interaction, if possible. There's a green-white land, first-time flyer, and a Water Bending Lesson. We have 2, 3 lessons so far. Green-white land is pretty good with the Kyoshi Island Plaza. And we have a Toph. All right, I mean, these cards are cool and all, but I'm gonna do the responsible thing and take the green-white land here, and just to give myself really, really good mana fixing, take a green-red land here as well. So now The Toph is looking like it's got a decent shot of making the deck. Now we can take Kyoshi Battlefan or Abandoned Attachments. We have this for lessons. I'll take the Abandoned Attachments. I don't know if I love having a second Battlefan in this type of deck. I don't know that this deck wants a Geyser Leaper. Oh, wow. Sold out. Okay. I mean, our removal is certainly good. Now, is the deck good? Unclear. Unclear. Is the deck sweet? I think so. But I don't know if this is enough to actually win games. Like, 16 lands plus 2 Aang's Journey is probably fine, along with the Bender's Water Skin. So that's like 16, 17, 18 mana sources. It's another Bender's Water Skin. Also, I'm not even sure if I want to play the Bender's Water Skin. Like, maybe the first one is fine. And let me know. Look, if you're a member of Team Handshake, let me know what I should have done differently. Because this is my first time trying the Shrines deck. I know that this isn't necessarily the best thing to be doing. But I'm here. I'm trying to have a little bit of fun. Okay? I'm trying. Let's see what we got. Okay, you know what? I'm going to sort this. Give me a second to sort this out. All right. I think Tolls of War is actually worth playing here. I have a couple of lands that can trigger it. So I have 2 Fortune Tellers, Tolls of War, Messenger Hawk. The Mechanist can get there sometimes. And then I have Obsessive Pursuit and Barrels of Blasting Jelly. And the 2 lands. So I have like 9 ways to turn this on. And this is a powerful effect. So I think I will play it here. Like, I'm just assuming I can cast all my spells. Okay? Geyser Leaper can probably go. Otter Penguin can probably go. I'm not sure how many white sources I'm going to have for the invasion reinforcements. So we can also consider that. And I think also I probably can afford to cut like 1 copy of the Bender's Water Skin. I don't know that I want to. All right, I think I want to play this. I think Cruel Administrator is like a little bit hard to cast. And I don't know that it's worth it to play necessarily. Cut one of those. And this is a 16 lander, so I can cut a spell in one of these 2 cards maybe. Yeah, I think I will cut, because I don't care too much about lesson stuff. I would like some amount of filtering, but I think the first Bender's Water Skin is probably important, given that I'm literally all 5 colors. All right, now let's figure out our mana. Okay, 1 forest certainly makes sense. Lock that in. 1 forest makes sense. We have plenty of green. And then what is our... Oh, we're actually pretty evenly split between everything else. Let's take a look at our red. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 red cards. And we have 1, 2... And actually, these are lessons outside of the Dragonfly Swarm. These I can play off of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think 1 mountain is probably fine. Given what we have. And then now we got to figure out our blue, black, and white. I think we need another blue source here. Forecasting Fortune Teller is something we want to play on too. Black is kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 black cards. This says 6, but I don't count Messenger Hawk. So I think 2 Swamps is okay. It's definitely on the lighter side. But again, remember, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 6 ways to make black mana, and then I think we can maybe shave a plains here. This gives us access to 4 white sources. 5, 6, 7, 8. So, again, like the mana is not a huge issue, but I do think blue is probably the most important color that we need, and we need a fair amount of it. And honestly, this is just 5. It's not like we're going crazy with it. Actually, because I don't have enough stuff to ramp into, I'm going to actually go with the Abandoned Attachments over the Water Skin. I feel like with my lands, double Aang's Journey and Barrel of Blasting Jelly, we should be okay here. So going to take a little bit of a risk here with the mana situation and hope that the Aang's Journey gets us to where we need to go. All right, you know what? We'll see. 5 colors. First draft back. Charles Wong, Carl Serap. I will shout you guys out if I do well. And if I do poorly, it's my fault. All right, now before this round 1 starts, I did want to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel so that I could get more gems because I do drafts like this, check out my Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Lots of benefits on the Patreon, depending on the tier level. Check it out. All right. You know, this hand certainly needs some help. Wow, we drew the island right away. Okay, so now this hand is fine. Although, you know what's funny? I'm like, I still need a red source here for this, but we do have Forecasting Fortune Teller here that we can play, which I think I want to play. Glider Kids, sure. And we drew another white source. Wow, they just snapped me off. And they were correct in doing so. Alright, you know what? This is still, like, not a terrible hand. If you think about just what I'm going to do here. I have Invasion Reinforcements, and then I can play out a Southern Air Temple, right? So that's certainly playable. Ostrich Horse is the play from the opponent. So green-white ally shell. Yeah, I mean, this card seems excellent if you can get other shrines going, for sure. I'm going to play it now just to make sure, just to give myself a meaningful board position here. Looks like a pillar launch on Glider Kids. Sure. I feel like okay, so I feel like the longer the game goes, the better it's probably going to be for me here. Oh god, that's gross. I should have attacked with the token. All right, never mind. My opponent is in a really good spot. I did just draw Rumble Arena, which lets me play tough, which is great. Another Southern. How does this work? Okay, I think that's still good. All right, let's play tough. Let's target this. Okay. I will take a good amount of damage here. That was a really good follow-up. The pillar launch into the Aang the Last Airbender. I have a couple of options here. I can choose to be very aggressive with Toph. Never mind. Okay, never mind. My opponent's deck's awesome. Just green-white. Good curve, good interaction. So now I am certainly in a lot more trouble here. And yeah, I actually think we're pretty big dogs at this point to be able to try to close this out. Just because they can attack me on a lot of different angles. I feel like I need to kill Aang the Last Airbender. I'm going to discard Tolls of War. I don't think I have time for that. Okay, well, drawing 2 lands was terrible. Alright, well, you know, we try to do things, and certainly not working out for us right now. Southern Air Temple certainly does require a lot of creatures, so it is what it is. Do they have like a pump spell? Allies at last? Feels that way. Or fancy footwork, rather, yeah. Alright, I guess we're gonna kill the captives. This still gives them a pair of flyers here. But I do have the Aang's Journey. Ooh, I actually drew Sold Out, which is quite interesting. But let's play Aang's Journey here. I just realized, oh my gosh. I've never played the Shrines deck. I completely forgot you can get Shrines with Aang's Journey. And a Shrine? Okay, well, I don't have the mana to do that, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't have the mana to kick this card, sadly. I guess I don't have to play it yet. I can just play Sold Out. Right? And then kick this next turn, maybe? Sure. I mean, if they have, like, airbending lesson here, so be it. Oh, they have another pump spell? No, they don't. Okay. Okay, we drew the land, so now I can get something. Which one do I want? I want to get the red one. Okay. I mean, the thing is, I'm still gonna die to the glider kids. I actually should. So I made a mistake. I should have taken the other. Aang's Journey. I just forgot that it actually gets shrines. So again, obviously, this is just me like learning how to draft this deck for the first time, and of course, it cost me because I'm gonna die to this flyer. But you know what? I'm gonna see what happens when I cast this card. Okay. I just want to see. But yeah, I did ultimately die to the flyers. So we actually had a pretty good draw for, I think, this deck. My opponent just had like the just the right interactive spells to kind of push the last few points of damage in. So yeah, I like how it triggers it the right way though. I mean, that is legitimately like super strong. What just happened, right? Like, the red and white shrines are pretty amazing, so... Alright, I mean, that's cool. That's cool that we did that, and, like I said, I thought Aang's Journey was just a 2-mana lesson that gets you a land, which is what it is in most cases. I should have taken a third one. I really should have. But you know what? You learn, and maybe we can have a better shrine deck in the next video. Alright, on the play here... Ooh, this hand's looking pretty good. Actually have a turn 2 Obsessive Pursuit if I want. So yeah, this is actually kind of an exciting hand. Oh, obviously I need to take these higher. Man. Yeah, so I'm going to hold off on the Rumble Arena. Like, I kind of have a 2 and a 3 all lined up. So going to try to get a little more information with like the lands or spells that I draw before running out the Rumble Arena. Well, here's my question, like, do I go for the Pursuit or the Battle Fan? I am a sucker for value, what can I say? June, Bounty Hunter, sure. Alright. Okay, this makes things kind of interesting. I mean, I'm gonna just play Messenger Hawk. Like, this is gonna hit me, but that's fine, because I can play 2 things next turn. I mean, I already have 3 clues in play. Like, if the games go kind of long, it's going to be pretty tough for my opponent here. Alternatively, I can just start pumping the Hawk, right? Just because it makes it so big and lets me get in for a lot of damage. So that might actually be the better thing to do instead of playing the Battle Fan, where I go draw, sack a clue, hit my opponent for 4 in the air, and turn this into a 2/3 flyer, and then still have a Forecasting Fortune Teller to block. Looks like my opponent has some issues with their internet here, so it is what it is. Alright, next turn we get to, again, have some pretty good options, depending, right? Swamp Snare Trap on Messenger Hawk is fine. Alright, I think this is a decent time to Rumble Arena. Now that we have enough mana. Ooh. Should I keep all of these? I'm gonna... You know what? For the fun of it, I'm gonna keep all of these. And see where we can go. The way I look at this is if they kill my Fortune Teller, I can hit them really hard with the Dragonfly Swarm. If they kill the Dragonfly Swarm, I can hit them really hard with the Fortune Teller. Oh. Okay, I guess I'm gonna do Tolls of War instead. Oh, my color situation is kind of awkward, though. Because this is for lesson spells. Yeah, I gotta think here. I can also just Aang's Journey for the Red Shrine. Or I can just, like, make a huge... I'm just... You know what? I'm just overthinking this, I think. I'm just overthinking this. Okay, the way that I look... Like, look. If they kill my Fortune Teller now, which they almost have to, like, I have a grip full of cards. And we can just, you know, like, play a lot more stuff here and still be fine. Yeah, like... The thing is, throughout this exchange, I'm still up so many cards where I feel pretty safe here. Like, I'm gonna make a bunch of tokens this turn. We have Tolls of War. We go, Crack a Clue. I don't know why it tapped like that, but sure. Oh, Crescent Island Temple as well. And we have the Battle Fan. Okay. Yeah, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next turn we can actually play both of the temples, which is amazing. And then we can go fetch for the green temple if we want, or another white temple. Okay. Oh, geez. Did I sack something? No, I didn't. I was like, what happened? Alright. Anyways, they're at 2, I'm at 12. This is looking awesome. There's just no real way for them to deal that much damage to me this turn. And then I can Aang's Journey for, like, another temple and... just, like, completely, I mean, look, they are doing some work with the Swamp Center traps. I will give them that, but... Yes! Enchantments for the win! Okay, look. I don't expect to trophy with this deck, okay? But, you know, I do expect to have some fun with this. That's what we're going for. Alright, made one update, though. I actually cut the abandoned attachments for the water skin. I just feel like it's so important for me to actually be able to cast my spells. So I made that adjustment. Maybe I should have made it earlier. This one I'm going to keep, and sadly, I won't be able to get a temple with this hand unless I naturally draw a blue source, because I, of course, want to get an island here off of the Aang's Journey. Oh, never mind. All right. Naturally drawing the island here, so now we can go Fortune Teller into Messenger Hawk into, you know, Southern Air Temple. Zhang the Deserter. Okay. We get some clues going. Let's see. They get to firebending, pump it, and then copy. But it only copies lessons. So if they have like a firebending lesson, it wouldn't work. If they have combustion technique, it would work. Yeah, if they stack it the right way. If they have combustion technique and make it so that... Well, no, would it work? No, because the copy resolves first, and then it wouldn't go into the graveyard. Alright, whatever. Yeah. I guess with the shrines, you just play them, right? And then just hope to eventually draw another one. Like, this is not obviously the strongest thing to do next turn, but it's like my only thing that plays to the board, right? Well, that's dumb. Oh, well, they played the Unagi. Okay. We did draw a green shrine, so that's interesting. So that doesn't want me to draw extra cards, right? The Unagi is very annoying. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna focus on combat stats this turn. Next turn we can play the Kyoshi Island Plaza. Pump my team to make it very large. Easy block here. Good for you. Fire Nation Raider. Yeah, I mean, look. Unagi, it's an Unagi. What do you want me to do, right? What do you want me to do? Yeah, this is rough. I'm just like too far behind here, right? Like, if I play this... I mean, sure. So let's see. I'll take a white and a black, sure. We'll keep this back. What is happening here? This timing doesn't seem great. It literally just... There was just an update in the middle of my match and it crashed my game, so I guess I'm waiting now. Hopefully we don't lose as a result, although I do think I was losing anyways. So we'll see what happens here. And this might be how my opponent in the previous round actually had some connection issues. It could be literally what happened here. But let's see. Block. Oh, I can't click on anything either? Oh, that's wonderful. So I'm just dead? This is problematic. I've had this issue once before over the weekend while I was in a draft, where you come back and you can't click on anything, which is obviously horrible. Alright, so I'm at 2 now. I guess. Yeah, I'm at 2. What? I mean, I don't even... This is so dumb. This is so unbelievably dumb. Well, I would have loved to have blocked there. But here we are. It does feel like the whole shrines thing is just like far too slow. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm supposed to play a little more to the board or something. Maybe the black one's important. Alright, whatever. Alright. That's fine. Like, my opponent had a turn 4 Unagi going, and we lost due to an update, so that's kind of unfortunate. Alright, well, let's keep it going, I guess. Well, that's a really annoying way to lose. I mean, I think I was probably going to lose anyways, but of course, I have some high hopes for this deck, and obviously I want to go a little further. This is a mulligan, but we will keep this hand. We will absolutely keep this hand. We have Southern Air Temple and Crescent Air Temple in here. Let us bottom the swamp. I wonder what I'm supposed to, like, do I hold off on the Ing's Journey? Like, am I supposed to wait? I guess it's real, because the thing is, I don't have anything to do on turns 2 or 3, and I guess a lot of it will just kind of depend on what I see. I still wanted to lead with a tap land, but turn 2, if I don't draw something relevant, I should probably lead with Rumble Arena and see if I have the option to play a 3-mana play. I think. Probably want a blue source here, green, white. Oh, red. Okay. I mean, if I'm going to cast this anyways, I should just fire it off, right? I guess I'll name red. Next turn is also kind of interesting. Like, do I play Toph or do I play Crescent Island Temple? Well, sorry. Do I play Mountain or Rumble Arena? If I play Mountain, I have a shot at being able to play this. If I play Rumble, yeah, it's definitely very awkward. I think I should play Mountain, because what does this do for Lessons or Shrines? I'm going to play Mountain here because then if I draw Forest, Mountain, or Plains, I can play Toph next turn. Right? Because these both filter. What did I bottom? I don't remember what land I bottomed. Like, the way that I see my current hand, it's probably Crescent Island Temple into Toph into Southern Air Temple is what I'm looking at. And honestly, this is probably a good matchup, or the type of matchup that I want to see, because they have Tolls of War going, and so they're trying to, like, develop things kind of slowly here. That is a forest, but I don't think I need that anymore. Because next turn, I can still just play Toph, Earthbend 2, probably target Rumble Arena, and then play Southern Air Temple, and get things going that way. A wild and ambitious deck, okay? We're trying things, and I can already, like, see where I'm not necessarily at my best here. Oh, no attacks. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Let's play Toph. No attacks. Pump you up. I'm pretty certain Toph will die here. Really good chance. Yeah, I mean, if I, like, what's fun, an untapped land here would actually be totally fine. Because if I find untapped land, I can just go, I mean, it would actually be good, honestly. Nothing? Okay. So we drew the untapped land, which I'm very thrilled about. I don't understand. Like, if they had a way to kill the Toph, shouldn't they have killed the Toph? So we'll see. So we want to make a token first and then put 2 +1/+1 counters on everything. Bam! I mean, that's pretty hard to beat, right? Like, that's pretty hard to beat. I don't want to run Toph into like some weird combat trick, so this is my current plan here. I mean, I have 19 power in play right now. It's the power of kind of the 1-2 punch here between the red and the white temple. The blue one would have been good too, right? The blue one would have been good as well. I'm just going to target the island here. Normally you want to target the Kyoshi village, but I kind of want to attack with this. And the Tolls of War, like I need the white mana to cast Tolls of War. So pumping this up and then like tapping it for mana, I would rather not do if I can avoid it. Okay, well they played a busted rare. All right, all right. All right. Let's go. I can play Tolls of War. This is Vigilance too, so I can attack with it and then crack the clue. When we drew Firebending Lesson, okay. This is actually kind of interesting. I don't think I need to use Firebending Lesson here, honestly. Yeah, this is fine. So opponent down to 13, no board. I get my island back. I get to crack my clue to activate the Tolls of War. Get a land, which is always fine. And now I can activate the Kyoshi village because I have a white source. And we have Firebending Lesson with a really, really massive board. If they do cast something like a Wrath, then they probably win this game. So I hope they don't. Wrath would be a weird card. Like, it's still fine to play, but you're playing a bunch of, like, Treetop Freedom Fighters and doing some sacrifice stuff. I don't know. I think there's less of a chance that something like that happens. Yuyan Archers is the play here. Pit. Man, if I can just find another temple here, that would be great. Green temple off the top. Or another white one. Or Aang's Journey. Man, it's Landscape O'Clock. I just hear the leaf blowers from all angles. Alright, Zhao the Moonslayer. Okay. I mean, that was a good turn. Like, they got a lot of stuff in play there. This is simply just a 1/1 token. Let's go white, blue. Okay, Watery Grasp. Like, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, how aggressive can I be here? Like, do I have a lethal attack? Like, what happens if I kill the Zhao? Okay. I don't think I had a way, because like this can only, like, I can't tap as well, so. Okay, so they're going after Toph, which is fine. So 3 life here, and then I have to decide whether or not I want to play Messenger Hawk, and I think the answer is no. I mean, they're at 3. Whatever, I'm going to play it. Look, here's my thought process. Like, if they had a Wrath, they would have cast it. Right? They would have cast the Wrath already. And if they play a Wrath now, it's bad, but they do lose Avatar Roku. Now, if they have Avatar's Wrath, of course, that's pretty bad. We do have Watery Grasp to help deal with that, though. And the thing is, this is just like a lethal flyer, which I think is quite nice. Okay, they're just like red-white aggro. No, never mind. This is the 1-2 bracket, okay? They're just They're doing their thing, okay? All right. But we got another one, okay? Like I said, this draft was for funsies. We're 2-2. We played against a deck with a fairly slow start. Anybody that gets off to a quick start, we're going to have some struggles with. All right. Yeah, I'll keep this. Couple of Aang's Journeys and some removal. Hopefully we can survive the initial onslaught here. Kyoshi Battle Fan. Would love to draw Forecasting Fortune Teller here. It's a firebending lesson. I gotta think about this. I'm gonna hold off on getting the red source right now. The way that I look at it is if I don't have anything to do next turn, I can still get a red source and kill this off firebending lesson. But I just kind of want to hold off here. What is this? 1 mana 2/2. Okay, that's a Rumble Arena, which is good. And I don't want more mana, even though that's a fine card. So they're blue-green allies? Like, what are they doing? What's going on over here? Okay, blue-green lessons? I mean, I really don't know. I am at a loss. I am at a loss. Alright. Well, that Idle Quencho was brutal. Like, this format is so unforgiving. You know what I mean? It's just like... I don't care about Earthen Ally. I gotta use my mana here. If they play something big, I can still go Epic Downfall plus Forecasting Fortune Teller, which is pretty good. See, that doesn't work though. God. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, Aang's Journey to get a shrine is definitely extremely slow. So I do have to keep that in mind. But, you know, sometimes you try things and it doesn't go the way that you'd like. That's precisely what's happening here. That is a tough. Nope. If they have a second quench here, I'm probably just dead. But I'm hoping Toph resolves. If they have Rocky Rebuke, we're also dead. Yeah. Allies at last, sure. Alright, you know what? This was my first foray into trying the Shrines deck. And I'm gonna say, not that impressed. Like, I had decent interaction. Like, admittedly, like, I probably didn't draft, like, the best version of this. But, like, I think in a format where everybody is trying to go do slow things, like, this probably works. Where, like, you can really take over the game with the Shrines, but like going all in on the Shrines, I don't know. It's a little bit dicey. I mean, we had 4 of them and I tried to like have a bunch of mana fixing. I tried to take some good cheap interaction, right? But like anytime you play a color combination like this, it gets a little bit rough. Now, I'll be the first one to admit it, and I said it before, like I probably didn't draft like a good version of this. Like you probably just need more cheap things to play. Like, and your top end is basically your shrine. So what that means is, you know, more Idol Quenchas, right? Just more things that just let you get to the late game. And, you know, another thing is, another big problem with this type of deck is your deck loses to itself, right? Like getting a shrine with this, like maybe I should just be more proactive in just getting lands with this, but this deck just loses to itself. Like you just don't draw your mana. That's like a free loss, right? You get run over because your hand's too slow. That's another free loss. So I just feel like a lot has to go right for you to actually be able to trophy with this. But it's a cool deck, and I wanted to at least showcase it once. And not every deck can be super successful. Like we got a trophy in yesterday's draft. Today, we try to cook, and we flew a little too close to the sun, and we got punished. And you know what? I don't regret it, though. I wanted to at least try doing this once, and this was like pseudo-forced. Next time, like I feel like there might be an instance where I end up in a Shrines deck again, but I feel like I probably want to be like a base green deck for better mana fixing, and I'm going to let like the draft come to me instead of me like trying to get all of these Shrines, because I think it's still early enough. Everybody's like, people still just take the Shrines just because like you never know, and like you need to be the only person taking the Shrines. If not, then you end up with like 4 or 5 color soup. And I think there's plenty of powerful things you can be doing in this format that doesn't necessarily make you go into all of these colors. But I wanted to give it a shot, and I hope that you at least appreciated some of the cool things that were possible when you draft the Shrines, particularly the red and white ones. They combo really, really well together. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. If you like... Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in a different way, I do have a Patreon. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Really great place to go. You know, we have a Discord channel. If you're looking to up your limited game, we spend a ton of time talking strategy, limited strategy, what's the picks, draft log reviews, all kinds of good stuff. But of course, you can have access to it by joining the Patreon. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes or you wanted some singles for your constructed decks, check out TCGplayer.com. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, go to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and much, much more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.